Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Inside the Blue podcast. And actually, I was in the middle of recording the 2025 season recap for the Dodgers. I was, working on that episode. I had to come on here and talk about what just happened in Game 4 of the NLDS, specifically the ending. I was planning on saving this until the postseason recap episode, but the ending was so crazy that I really wanted to talk about it tonight. So I won't go over the entire game. I'm again going to save that for the postseason recap. So let's just go to what happened in the 11th inning. In the 11th inning, it was a 1-1 tie. And it was a 1-1 tie for basically a majority of the last half of the game. It was a pitcher's duel through and through. Christopher Sanchez for the Phillies and Tyler Glasnow for the Dodgers. Neither offense could put up anything against either of them. So it was a tie game, 1-1, basically like for the last half of the game. Then the 11th inning happens. So the Phillies have Jesus Luzardo on the mound, and Tommy Edman singled on a 3-2 count, which set the Dodgers up for hopefully a big inning, kind of turn the offense around, hopefully. And he was pinch ran for his song Kim. So you kind of had the sense that the Dodgers really wanted to have Kim steal second base to get that go-ahead run, the winning run into scoring position. So Kim is now on first base. Will Smith proceeds to fly out to center field, and then Max Muncy comes up, and on the first pitch of his at-bat, he gets a base hit, which knocks Luzardo out of the game, and the Phillies go to Orion Kerkering. And this is where the downfall begins to happen. So Kerkering comes in, he walks Kike Hernandez to load the bases, and Andy Pages comes up to bat. Now, I want to highlight Andy Pages here because his NLDS numbers are abysmal. In 17 at-bats, he has only one hit with a batting average of .059. That is awful. He has no homers or RBIs, so he comes up to bat and you think it's going to be an automatic out, like immediately. You think, hey, the Phillies are going to get out of this. We're about to go to the 12th inning. All hope is lost. But then chaos ensues. Pages hits a ground ball back to Kerkering that you initially think he fielded, but then you see the ball go to the right. It kicked off of his foot. So Kerkering is in position to field the ball and throw it to first base until he realizes that it kicks off of his foot and goes to the right. Now he has to go back, try to get that ball, and he truly feels that his only play now, his only option, the quickest play, is to throw home to get the force out at home because Kim is flying down the third base line when he had all the time in the world to get Pages going to first base. So he throws home, and it's a horrible one. It's basically at Kim's head, and the Dodgers walk it off in the 11th inning on a throwing error by Orion Kerkering, who just looked absolutely defeated on the mound. And you got to feel for the guy. I mean, it was a heat-of-the-moment play. It was a game-on-the-line play, and it just didn't go his way. This is one that's going to be sticking with him for a while. It's going to be sticking with Phillies fans for a while. There's something beautiful about October baseball. It brings the greatest victories, but it brings the biggest heartbreaks. And unfortunately for the Phillies, this is one that is a huge heartbreak. And it's one, like I said, that's just going to stick with the franchise and the fans for a long time. But the Dodgers are moving on to the NLCS, where they will face either the Cubs or the Brewers at the time of recording this. The series is tied 2-2, so it's going to a Game 5 back in Milwaukee. So we'll see who the Dodgers are going to be playing in the NLCS. I know this was a very short episode, but I really wanted to kind of get my thoughts out there about what happened, discuss what happened, and just say I'm happy the Dodgers won, but it was a wild, wild ending. In fact, I was at a restaurant watching the game and I couldn't believe what I had just seen. It was insane. There were Dodger fans there, including myself, that were just going crazy when they won, but I just couldn't believe how they won. It was insane. It was chaotic. And it's an ending that will be talked about for a long time. So, like I said, in a future episode, I will break down the Dodgers' entire postseason when it concludes. I'll get deeper into the NLDS, breaking that down and what I think went right, what I think went wrong. This is a very short episode. I just wanted to get it out there. Like I said, also, I am in the process of recording the 2025 Dodgers season recap episode, so expect that very soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick episode, and I will see you guys in the next one.